What's up, guys? Nerdy Perkins here, coming to you from the decks of the world, and today we got the big one. We have all of the cards for base set 1, Romance Dawn, and it's super exciting. Now, there's too many for me to talk about all in one video. It would be way too long, so for now, I just wanted to do a nice focused video on talking about the remaining leaders that we got revealed. So with the 4 other leaders that are going to be in this set, because I think these are some of the more important cards. You're going to be building your entire decks around them, and we have some good ones. I ended up getting, at least a few of my predictions right, and, a few of them a little off, but now that we've seen the full set, all of these make perfect sense, and I'll kind of talk about those in more detail as I, as I look at them one by one. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So we have one that we basically had already had confirmed, which is the Odin leader. We had seen that Kinemon had mentioned a Kozuki Odin. So like outside of them pulling like Yamato being the leader in some way and doing a shtick, like, this works. So we have Wano Country, Kozuki family. And also, before I get into it any further, I really want to, I made a little note down below. I really want to thank everyone at the One Piece trading card game Discord, particularly Hibiki, who sat down on like from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., at least my time, was just pumping out the translations for all these. So like I said, like amazing. I'm gonna link their channel down in the description below, and you should definitely go check them out. They're making some really, really good content, and as I said, they are doing the Lord's work over on the Discord, translating this stuff so that we can, hit these right away. But back into the card. His power is that he can activate his main once per turn. You trash a Wano Country type card from your hand and set up to 2 of your Dawn to active. Really, really useful. And this is definitely something we're seeing as a part of this set, being you're getting leaders that are very focused and want to be like leaders of a specific faction. So this is one you're probably, maybe you throw in a couple of the worst generation type cards, the supernovas, into this deck, but honestly, it's probably like if you're just doing pure Wano Country, pure red scabbards, I think this is going to be super awesome, super synergistic. And this is fairly unique. Like I said, this is one of the few that like you discard a card of a specific type and you gain 2 Dawn, which is it'll basically make it so you can have up to 12 Dawn going. And there's other cards in green that can untap. So looking good. This is gonna be really fun. I'm definitely one of the first decks I'm gonna build now that we have the full set is gonna be a Kozuki Odin leader with the red scabbards. I think that's gonna be very fun. And like I said, this is looking really, really good. It's pretty standard for green, 5 life, 5,000 power. The art looks good. I'm really excited to see what they use for the alternate, for the alt art. That's definitely the one I'm going to be trying to go for. But, like I said, I like the art. Funny enough, I actually have now that we know all the leaders, I end up having a figure for each of them. And my Odin figure's literally in this pose. So, perfect. Then we have Don Quixote Doflamingo. And, pretty interesting power. He's 7 Warlords of the Sea. He's Don Quixote Pirates. And this leader is going to be if you're trying to do a Warlords focus deck, definitely. His ability is you put 2 Dawn on him, and when attacking, you may rest a Dawn and reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a 7 Warlords of the Sea type character with a cost of 4 or less, you may play it rested. So that'll be interesting. I'm assuming that if it has an on-play effect, it would still go into effect even if it's rested. It's an interesting ability. I think this is definitely going to be one if you want to do a focused Warlords deck. This is probably going to be a shoe-in. And it's an easy switch for Crocodile, which is not surprising. That's kind of what I was expecting to see with a Doflamingo, that he would be an easy swap with the Crocodile starter deck, the 7 Warlords starter deck. And that's what we're seeing here. Looking good. Same thing with the mono, all the mono leaders we've seen so far. 5,000 power, 5 life, and good art. As I said, I'm more excited to see what the alt art is. but this is you know, a good shot, pretty standard, you know, pretty standard Doflamingo look. But yeah, I love his belt. And we have a dual colored Crocodile. So 7 World is the sea, Baroque works, and Dawn times 1. If you have 4 or less 4 or less cards in hand at this time of activating an event, you may draw a card if you have not yet drawn a card with this leader's effect this turn. So if you have less than 4 cards in your hand and you activate an event, you can draw a card. Really cool. Really awesome. This is pretty standard for what we've been kind of seeing, or at least what we saw like with a few of these, where this is going to be playable. You could do this as a pure blue deck if you really wanted to. You're going to be losing out on the card. But no, like I said, this will be very fun to play with. It's going to be cool because you'll be able to you'll be able to use your the cards that like kind of work with Baroque works, but also have that like extra beef of, you know, of the Kaido. And it's not like it leans on either side, so you know it can flex. The use of Crocodile as a blue purple, as I said, I think it's more just because he's a big villain. It makes sense to put him there. And I think it's also because you know, they've already building a Baroque works kind of set around him, so it makes sense to kind of double him up. And we'll probably see like a Blackbeard in this same color set in the next set, would be my imagination. If not this color set, just a normal blue one, but you know, he would fit very nicely into this group to make a nice Blackbeard deck. And you know, a lot of people were guessing we'd get a second Croc, and they were completely right. I have to admit that I wasn't really expecting to see it, but it makes actually perfect sense in the set. So and good art. You know, I'm once again more excited to see what the alt art looks like, and if we maybe get that before the video goes up, I'll put that in there. But I somehow doubt it, because I think we'll get those as like, you know, kind of our leaks for the rest of the week going into the release. And finally, we have King, and this also makes perfect sense. As I said, now that we've gotten the full set, you know, we aren't seeing any big mom, so it makes sense to do the same thing they did with Red and have Kaido's second in command be the leader for it. And he has a really good ability. He is your turn. As long as you have 10 Dawn on your field, all of your opponent's characters have minus 1,000 power. Really good. This is amazing. This is like I said, I think this is exactly the kind of leader that the Kaido decks want. This is one that I think is going to be a full ramp deck. The idea is that you're going to want to ramp it up to 10, and then, you know, the idea is that you then are using your other abilities and stuff to keep yourself at 10 at all times, basically. So, like I said, I think this is going to be a really fun leader to build a deck around. That's all I got for you guys today. We got our leaders. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do with the rest of the set is, as we get reveals, or not, well, I guess it's all revealed, I'm going to basically just, as the, you know, crew on the One Piece Discord get some proxies kind of translated, I'm going to go through basically each color and look at the remaining cards for each color and do a video for each one of those, and I'll probably paste those out, and I'll just do those, kind of have those coming out as we lead into the big release of everything. And then after that, it's going to be, you know, trying to open up some booster boxes, get like doing more deck builds now that we have the full set and all the leaders, and revising the decks that I've already done, all that stuff. There's going to be a ton of content to do. I'm super excited to be hitting the ground running and be giving you guys as much content as I can. So please subscribe if you want to keep seeing stuff like this. Like the video if you liked what I did here. And yeah, just keep being awesome, guys. I'm super excited. This is looking really good.